So while you're reloading there, you want to hold forward. Before you even see what's going on in the game, you can actually move your character. Go straight into this first person point of view. You can't normally progress onto the game because you're not in the correct subchapter. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn back. Cancel the store. You need to cancel the store, by the way. Buy an upgrade. Buy specifically tightrope, that's useful. And if you do have another upgrade point, I highly advise you to buy crits. I currently don't have enough for some reason, but normally you would have enough if you've done everything in the run right up until this point. If you don't cancel the store, it's as if nothing happened, and you would have to rescue Fiona. Quickfire wreck, and then the game will save again. You just want to reload. Hold run. Wreck this other door. Go to like the edge of this thing. Do a wreck jump, and then Batman will climb up in the ceiling right here. Glide under the whole entire area all the way to this point right here. Do a manhole cancel here. So you're gonna hold crouch if you're on keyboard, and the normal inputs for door canceling. So forward. Like that. Go on this thing so you're elevated. And use your line launcher. Tightrope. Glide all the way onto this yawning. Run to this corner, he will climb. Then move backwards. And then he will walk over there. You'll have the chance to shoot a line launcher. Line launch all the way to the gate. And then Batman will climb here when you wall press off and glide to this specific area. Look on a diagonal to this pipe in front of me, and you're going to jump on this pipe. Don't hold forward, just hold glide. Glide on these pipes. And from here you want to line launch. If you fall on the left side, it's not a big of a deal. You can just open the door and go all the way. If you fall on the right side, it's a bit of a problem. If you fall on this pipe, you can recover it. But if you fall like over there, you're going to have to reload because Batman will be stuck. The reason why we do this parkour is because these gates are closed, and in order to open them, you're going to have to trigger the dead parents cutscene, but we're going to skip that because it's slow. Line launch all the way here, and then all the way to the stairs, or even before the stairs. Mash, skip, and then invisible ninjas are going to spawn. What you want to do is you want to stay as far away from Talia as possible. So, I'm going to go all the way here to the left so that the ninjas spawn next to me rather than her.
Bienvenido, detective. Soy el gran Ra's al Ghul. Ante ti se encuentra la prueba del demonio. Simplemente
On the chalice, you're going to use mouse wheel. Equip the wreck beforehand.
Bien, nota como la sangre del demonio corre por tus venas, restaurando tu salud y doblegando tu voluntad. Tu siguiente tarea es muy simple. Sígueme por este mundo y habrás completado.
So right now I can't play the game. Like I can't aim gadgets or like run or anything. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold crouch, and as soon as the game lets me play the game, I'm gonna perform a wreck jump off of this ledge right here, and we're gonna skip the entire first phase of trials. We're not gonna go on by pillar by pillar. We're gonna do something different. We're gonna go all the way to the end, and we're gonna go through a wall that has no collision, and we're gonna go all the way to the second phase of trial trigger. You're gonna wreck jump off of this ledge because that's what makes you invincible to all the objects in this map. You can pull this off without doing the wreck jump, but I highly recommend it because of speed and because you're immortal. So, I'm holding crouch here, and as soon as the game lets me, I will know when I can wreck jump. So like this, wreck jump, dive bomb one time. You're gonna deliberately dive bomb just to get your speed up. Go all the way to this wall right here, and Batman will face through it.
La sangre del demonio me ha permitido vivir 600 años. Imagínate el bien que podrías hacer con semejante don. Veo que tu cuerpo se debilita. La pequeña cantidad que te he permitido beber solo te mantendrá con vida unas pocas, pero valiosas.
You're gonna glide as soon as his last dialogue starts. I like to do that because I'm close to the pillar when it actually allows me to grapple to it, so I don't lose time getting here. So right here is going to be a fight with 4 ninjas. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place gel in a specific spot because that's where one of the ninjas is going to spawn, and I'm going to detonate the gel so that the ninja falls off the pillar and dies. The next 3 ninjas, you're going to do a beatdown on one of the ninjas, and then for the next 2 ninjas, on one of them you're gonna hit a critical strike if you have crits, and you're gonna hit him again so that he dies in 2 hits, and then the last ninja is a 1 hit because he's the last person in the fight. I'm gonna show you where you place the gel after this fight because there's a specific location where you want to place it. Like that. I would have hit him 2 times and he would die with crits. So there's this dark shade of blue and there's this light shade of blue right here. I like to place the gel in between that, so like right here is a good place. Glide all the way to the pits. You don't have to wait for the thing to like let you go into the pit. You can glide, hover over the pit while Raish is talking, and then when you see a change, you see the sand falling, that's when you can drop, and then it'll automatically trigger this whole load. Talk to Talia, use your mouse wheel like usual. There's gonna be another cutscene here. You're gonna skip the fights. Skip the cutscene. While you're waiting for Raish to come down, you're gonna get light storage. So all these ninjas are 1 hit, so if they're attacking you or running at you, you can shoot your batarangs and it would knock them out. So right here, Raish is going to come out of the ground, and as he's coming out of the ground, like wind is going to push us away, but we're actually going to cancel that animation with our standing storage. So as soon as the wind pushes me, I'm gonna hold aim and switch to the wreck, and that will cancel the animation of the wind pushing us, so that we can actually use the wreck on Raish as soon as possible. So like this. And double shot here is your greatest friend in this fight. So after that, the wrecking Raish, what you're gonna do is that like Raish is gonna come out of the ground, and you basically have to counter him until um until it doesn't let you anymore. And then there's like a little dialogue with Talia, and then 20 ninjas come out of the ground. We're actually going to skip the entirety of that. Now, how we're going to do that is, this works on both controller and keyboard and mouse. We're, instead of mashing counter when Raish is attacking us with his sword, what we're going to do is we're going to press counter as slow as possible. Like every second you're going to press your counter bind, or every other second you're going to press your counter bind. So, once you do that, Raish is gonna stop shooting you. He's gonna come out of the ground again. He's gonna strike you with the sword. You want to slow counter again, and then Raish will be dormant for like 5 seconds. You want to stun him, and you want to perform a beatdown on Raish. And then when you do that, it's gonna go straight into like the last phase of like the Raish fight, where a big Raish comes out. So it looks something like this. Like every other second, I'm pressing the counter bind. He's gonna come out of the ground again, and I'm gonna slow counter again. He's gonna lay dormant, just stun him, do a beatdown. As soon as you see these particles come out of the ground, you want to perform a reload. So, while you're reloading, you want to spam dive roll. Get storage real quick, because this will cuck you. Finish off Raish just one more time. Get storage. So a next skip here is coming up. We're gonna skip the reverse Batarang tutorial, and the way to do that is we're gonna get storage, and after we get storage, before Raish counters us, where he's gonna come out of the ground and counter, like we're gonna have to just spam counter, and then the game will allow us to beat him down. And once we do beat him down, on the last beatdown on keyboard and mouse, you're gonna hold right mouse button and press 4. This is very hard on controller for some reason, but on keyboard and mouse the timing is very pleasant. So we're gonna try that on keyboard and mouse. And once you do cancel the animation of where Batman puts down the sword and like strikes down on Raish like that, you want to there's maybe like a part where the game won't allow you to do anything, so you want to spam Q, which is stun, and then after you stun him, you want to shoot some batarangs at him, and it will actually replace the normal batarang with the reverse batarang. So I'll show you what it looks like. So I have mouse scroll up as counter, so we're just gonna do that. I'm gonna beat him down, and on the last animation, I'm gonna switch like that, stun him, and then just spam batarangs, and it actually replaces the normal one with the RC one, which is actually pretty interesting. Skip this cutscene. So right after the fight, what you want to do is, since we're trapped and we need to get back to the Wonder Tower foundations, we're actually trapped and we can't go. So the only way to do that is to get in the room with the bodies and do a double out of bounds and reload. So the way to zip out of this room is to line launch. I like to line launch a little further because over here, it's where it triggers the room of bodies to load. So I'm gonna get storage on my batarang, and once I get storage on my batarang, on the tightrope, I am going to glide. Make sure you you go a little further over there so it actually loads the room with the bodies, because the zip only works if the room with bodies is loaded. That's why I like to line launch a little bit further and tie rope a little bit further and spam batarangs and glide onto this pot right here, and then you're gonna get full storage and then quick zip and then line launch all the way to the door and then open this door and then perform a reload. While you're reloading here, you want to hold run and spam your grapple so that you can actually grapple onto this thing as soon as the game lets you. And then I strongly don't recommend you cancel this door because sometimes you can get stuck behind it, so just don't cancel it. We need to get out here. This is the quickest way to get out to the overworld. This ceiling right here, we can't like place gel on it, so what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to get on top of this trophy case, and then we can get place gel on the ceiling. Now what I like doing is going to these books, like right next to these books right here, and line launching on that book right there. See that blue book that's on my crosser? I'm gonna line my crosser with that and line launch, and then I'm in perfect position. I'm going to use my explosive gel. Gonna detonate it, and then I'm just gonna go in between this chain right here and spam grapple and leave. So you can actually see that we're not supposed to be here right now, so this area is half loaded and half not loaded. And what I like doing is right after I get out of the manhole, I like to line launch and then redirect and then drop down to a glide over here. Do one dive bomb and spam grapple. You're gonna cancel this grapple. Don't grapple until you're actually kind of inbounds. Cancel. And then there's be these guys with sharp. Want to do some cancels. Skip the dialogue with sharp. And then you're gonna line launch to this sort of area. Drop to a glide, and then grapple on this gargoyle and cancel. Continue grappling all the way into this building. Then over here you want to cancel with control. Over here, look to the left, so you can grapple at the edge of that water tower. Cancel, and then wait to glide. Grapple on this gargoyle, straight into a glide. Dive bomb. Then shoot the wreck, drop down, and go right under the garage door. You can actually skip this fight, so do a repulsing. I don't know why he did that. Just go all the way to the door,